Esper Greasefang versus Prominent Pioneer, Mr. Robot. Okay, we have a good... Yeah. This mending will discard 2 crazy things. Get the boo. Alright, what should we start with? A tapped Hallowed Fountain. Ooh, that ley line is that's the perfect start for them. But I have Valor's Flagship, which I can consistently cycle starting on turn 3 to get it back every single turn, and I think that should make a quick work. But however, this is gonna be a... Ooh, they don't pump because they're afraid. Okay, well, mending's good here. It's perfect. Here's the Greasy. Can they kill it for 1 mana, 3 damage? I don't think so. No! And yeah, so the Valorous Flagship, that's why it's in the deck for red-based decks, basically. It's 7/7 lifelink, that's the kind of the most important thing. And because on turn 3, when you play Greasefang, on the following turn, you can just, before combat, you cycle it, you draw a card, and you get it back, and again, deal 7, gain 7, basically. So it's kind of like a sorcery, pay 3, deal 7 damage, gain 7 life. You can kind of see it like that, which is already amazing. And yeah, the opponent already saw enough. With that in the graveyard and Greasefang on the battlefield, that was enough. All right, nice. On to the next game. Well, maybe, even if it were the Parhelion, I think this game would have been decided here already too. So it's not only the Flagship. But either is fine. All right, good. On to the next game. Esper Greasefang versus Veteran Explorer Geograph. We have got no white. However, I need to find the white, and I don't have tools to dig for it, I have to admit. This is actually okay for me. I'm not sure if they noticed that I don't have white. They may. In that which case they might take the Prankster. I'm not sure that's possible though. I don't think it is actually. So take what? I would take the Recommission. Because the Can't Stay Away is the same thing basically. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. Supplier. Let's see what you're supplying. Some good stuff. Alright, I need to find white. Then I can get an Oculus. An early Oculus. Yeah, I got Oculus. I got Greasefang. I got already a Parhelion in the graveyard. So things are looking good except the non-white part. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna Picklock Prankster. Why? Because the Prankster can't pick up lands. So I'm gonna gaze instead. So that was a little bit of a lost turn for me, but here we go. This is an important gaze. Alright, that goes away, that stays. This can also go away, to be honest. And here we go. And now now the question is Greasefang or Can't Stay Away? I'm gonna pick Greasefang. Alright, before we go to combat, they are most likely to kill it. Oh, they don't. Ah, they can kill it now. Alright, so they're even tricking me a little bit. Ah, this is clever, because this way... Ooh, good point by the opponent. So, lesson learned. Learn, guys, learn. They picked up... They made me pick up the Parhelion from the graveyard here by doing it this way. So that was a very good play by the opponent. And now they're putting the Can't Stay... Taking the Can't Stay Away out of my hand too. So they're doing a decent job. However, I'm still digging here. And they're not applying any pressure. So that's kind of... They're completely defensive mode here so far. A Shieldred. Wait. Before that resolves, we shall do this. And, that's nice. Okay, so I was able to keep the pressure on, and the pressure in my case means, you know, consistently putting a Parhelion in the graveyard and a Greasefang on the battlefield. So, yeah, I mean, drawing into that Recommission was pretty strong. An untapped land would have done a similar job by putting, you know, then I could have played this. But the Shieldred, I could have chump blocked it once, so there I would still have had a few options here to find what I need. And this is just kind of the thing of this deck. Like, Parhelion, once it gets on the battlefield, it usually just takes over the game very, very quickly. And leaves 2 4/4s, which can also be used for blocking purposes. So, it's, yeah. And it's very good at digging. So, yeah. Another victory here for Esper Greasefang. Esper Greasefang versus Prominent Pioneer Dovahkiin. Grab some water, my favorite drink. You'll always see me drink water, and sparkling water is my preference. Okay. Similar situation as before, no white, but an Otherworldly Gaze is a very, very good digging tool here. And this Thoughtseize, in my opinion, is not really that... Oh, props to the opponent. That was a strong pick. That was a good pick for that Thoughtseize. But wait a minute. Yeah, picking Greasefang or Recommission would kind of be similar. Okay, I get it. Okay. Well, I have got to find land. So, what are we gonna do? Mending? Probably not. I'm probably gonna gaze. Sure. Oh, the opponent's also Greasefang, by the way. Alright. Alright, let's put this into the graveyard, put this on the thing, and put this in the graveyard too, I guess. Do I? No, let's have an... Yeah. Wait, yeah, I need to shock because I need the white mana, obviously. Alright, let's recommission the Oculus for now. Now, this is not really... I think this game is more about who finds Parhelion, to be honest. And that Fable did a pretty good job here. At discarding 2 and drawing 2 is pretty strong, actually. Despite it... Oh, okay, well, that's... I'm actually kind of happy about this. Question is, are they going to attack now? Probably not. Doesn't really make sense. Okay, unfortunately, I don't have a good target for my Greasefang to bring anything back. So I can mend to try and find an untapped land and put something in the graveyard. So let's do that. Okay, no untapped land, so I can discard a... Oh, wow. This is a... This and... That was a bad mending here. Another Oculus? Yeah. Yeah, I want to attack in the air and try to end this as soon as possible. I can create another... You want to put the cards with flashback in the graveyard, obviously. Okay, so now they're at 8, so I'm close. So I think I'm a little bit... I have the initiative. I'd love to have a Stubborn Denial. Unfortunately, I don't. Honestly, do I care about those? No, I don't. I want to counterattack for the win next turn. Now, what can they play with 2, 4, 6 mana? So 4 lands plus 2 treasures. Okay. Well, now I draw it, and oh, I have Faithful Mending, but then I can't reanimate, right? Okay, unless I draw into an untapped land, which I seem to never do. Okay, should I attack first and just kind of test the waters, or should I... Like, if I have Faithful Mending, I have to draw an untapped land. So I'm gonna do the attack first. Let's see if I can just end the game here. Oh, Fatal Push? Okay. I could draw into a Stubborn Denial, but whoa. I could draw into Stubborn Denial and win the game on the spot, but I want to be a little bit... No, I want to play this a little safer. So I'm just going to get an Oculus back. Maybe they have another Fatal Push. No, they don't. They have a Takanuma. Okay. Alright, they still don't... I don't think they found what they need. They also don't have any... Well, neither of us have vehicles in the... there's my other... Okay. In the graveyard. But okay, next turn I should be able to win here. I'm gonna Prankster. But let's see. I mean, the opponent is at 4, but that doesn't mean they can't muster up something incredible here out of nowhere. And their Fatal Pushes are something I don't have access to. There's a Sky Sovereign. Sure. Let me mute this real quick. Okay, that's actually... That's making things a little difficult. Because I can't get through. Yeah, so there goes my Oculus. Okay, but now they're tapped out. Okay, they're fully tapped out here. And they get their Baelmerk as well. Alright, let's see what my Fae can find here. Nothing. And that's a tapped land, so I think I'm pretty much done for. Wait, no. I can still Faithful Mending into Recommission the Greasefang, right? Yeah, okay. So I have to find untapped land, basically. Untapped land. Yeah. Not untapped. F's sake. Not untapped. All right. Well, now I'm pretty much dead. I think. Not sure though. Do they have a Parhelion? Does this deal damage? No, creature or planeswalker. Yeah, but they're gonna be able to take out two of my creatures. Ah, this one untapped land. Why are all these lands are not untapped? Damn it. Ah. Okay, but I played to the outs that I may have. Yeah, good game. Alright, it was a good game. Unfortunately not able to emerge victorious, but you can't win them all. Yeah, yeah, that one untapped land would have on the spot decided the game for me, but okay, I accept it. Sometimes you don't draw what you need. Sometimes you top deck just what you need at the right moment. So I'll allow the opponent to deservedly play this out till the end. I shall block the 5/5. Actually, I only went to -2, so that wasn't... Even the attack in itself was close. But okay, alright. A loss versus Mardu. Greasefang. On to the next game. Esper Greasefang versus the virtuous junk food Poppy. We have got the lands, we've got the Mending, the Denial, and the Oculus. Yeah. This is workable, and I will kick it off with... Do I want to keep up Stubborn Denial on turn 1 in case they turn 1 Thoughtseize? No. Because even if they Thoughtseize, they can only take the Mending, which I'm not super happy about, but also I don't think I want to use that Stubborn Denial to protect over it. So, all good. Sure. So this looks like Rakdos mid-range. Let's discard that and the Oculus at this point. Yeah, I'd rather try and find a reanimation spell. So the opponent's going to attack. That's fine. I'm going to take 3. Alright, end of turn, I'm going to Prankster first. Didn't... okay. And then Gaze. Oh my god, do I need to just play the Oculus? Like, do I need to hardcast the Oculus here? No. I'm gonna put this... and this in the graveyard. And I'm gonna draw into the Supplier. I don't know. Digging. I'm still digging. Alright, at least I can chump block and then I can gaze again. So gaze is good. But gaze, okay. Fatal push, yeah, sure. That's not really a card you want to fatal push, really. Alright, there's a Greasefang. Now all I need is a reanimation thing. But they can obviously kill my Greasefang as well. So that's not like hitting the Greasefang is gonna end up, you know, deciding the game immediately. However, I have a few gazes left. So, okay, there you go. I'll draw into one Greasefang. I don't want to, you know, put them all down below. All right, let's recommission the Greasefang, and I have Stubborn Denial up now, though. They already looked at some cards, so here's their chance to destroy it. Now, do I want to fight over this with a Stubborn Denial, or do I don't? I don't, because I have another Greasefang coming right up, so I'm okay. So I'll play the Prankster here, because now the Stubborn Denial without a 4-mana creature is useless. So let's just play a Prankster, pass the turn, and just give it a try on the next turn. No blocks for now, as long as I don't need to necessarily chump block. Here's another try at Greasefanging. Can they kill it this time around? Do they have another kill spell? They do. This one I'm gonna Stubborn Denial it, because now they cannot. Oh, they can. No, they can't fatal push, because they would need to. Alright, yeah, I saw it. I saw the opportunity. And why? Because, why did I choose to Stubborn Denial this time round? Because they paid 3 mana for the Rider. I also like Stubborn Denial the Rider, because then the other half of this split card is also not playable. And they cannot fatal push the Greasefang, because they would need to sacrifice something, which already costs them 1 mana to sacrifice this. So they were unable to. I know that their deck didn't have any other spot removal spell available to them to get rid of the Greasefang in this particular situation, allowing me to probably, even being, despite being at 13, I would have probably gone for Parhelion over the spaceship, because it leaves the 2 angels, which are just, in this situation, more useful than gaining 7 life. Alright, that's the explanation of why I did what I did. And yeah, happy about the victory. On to the final game of today's run. Esper Greasefang versus the virtuous DJ Azura. Okay, this doesn't look good, but I'll keep it because, well, there's like one Parhelion too many. It could be one, and if that would be better, but so if one of these Parhelions were a land, that would be a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain. I still have things to do on the first 2 turns. I can dig. See, that was okay, actually. I can now gaze. Alright, there's a scamp. Do I want to supply again? No, I want to gaze. I want to gaze. Or, yeah, probably gaze. Because I do want land. And gaze is the only one that can find big lands. Let's see what they do. I'm going to block for sure. They're going to rage. I mean, what else? What else should I expect here? Apart from a rage. A monstrous rage. Ooh, and another one, and a turn inside out. Sure. Wow. A lot of damage early on, so I really need to find something. So what is my best shot here? Let's see what I mill first. Okay, there's a Greasefang. They could sacrifice here and deal 7 more to my face. Probably should. In my opinion. Like, that's... yeah. You're not gonna get much more out of this scamp. And they get a creature that stays on the battlefield. So that's a pretty strong turn 2. For my opponent. So, okay. Wow. Wow. I'm kind of overwhelmed here. What do I need to find? I need to find a land and a reanimation spell. And I need to put something in the graveyard too. So probably, I think this is the best play. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. A complete whiff. Which probably means I'm dead. Yeah. Oh man, that was such a whiff. I should have gazed probably. Then I could have at least kept the land out of those cards. Yeah, I think the rule of thumb should be if you only have 2 lands and you need 1 more, then you should probably gaze. Alright, let's see if they have another rage or not. Oh wow. Alright. Okay. I'm still alive. Just barely. But, I mean, things are looking pretty bad. Like, I'm not in a position to do basically anything. Nah, this didn't work out. This didn't work out at all. Look at... oh, I'm so stuck. Alright, fine. Fine. Messed up a pretty good run here at the end. I think I could have played this one much better. But, as you know me, uncensored, uncut, 3-2 in the end. I would have preferred a 4-1. But it is what it is. And making the mistakes so you don't have to. Oh, wait, let me concede here. Alright, on to the recap. Alright, Esper Greasefang, Pioneer, best of 1. Today's run going 3-2. A little unfortunate. I was hoping for more, but it's fine. Not every day can be an amazing day. Some days are just good, but no day should be bad. But they do exist too. But anyway, enough of days, good days and bad days. Let's take a look at the Esper Greasefang list. So this is a basic standard package. The Gaze, the Supplier, the 4 Greasefangs, 4 Parhelions, and the 4 Oculus. Like that's... and the 4 Pranksters, Mendings. That's kind of what the core of the deck. That should never be changed. 4 Recommissions versus 2 Can't Stay Aways. Now, why more Recommissions, I'm wondering. Probably because of the mana requirement. It just makes it slightly easier. This deck does want, 3 manas very, very early on. And it runs 4 Seachrome, 4 Concealed, and 4 Shores. So most of the decks are like untapped in the first 3 turns, and then they're not. So that's kind of what cost me a game. One of the games that I lost was caused by not having that untapped land. But still there are. But yeah, you need to kind of be considerate of that, or maybe add another grave and fountain perhaps instead of some of these fast lands, as I think they're called. Okay, but anyway, another addition here is the Flagship, which is just a good way to mainly regain life but at the same time, you know, you can cycle and create 1/1s every turn as well. If you have a Greasefang, that's kind of a recurring engine. It also can put itself in the graveyard, which is an advantage. Sometimes you really need to put something in the graveyard, so that's kind of a good thing. The Indulgence, I didn't really get to cast it. It's kind of an additional mending with the upside that you can, sometimes it can just be a draw 2. It didn't really benefit me in this run. I didn't really get to play it. So I can't really I'm not really gonna make a verdict on that here. Maybe you want to take one out, put in another Denial. 3 Denials might not be enough, because Denial is also a pretty crucial card here in the deck. Honestly, I think I'm even going to make that change. But no, I'm going to leave the deck list as it was for now. But in the future, I might go back to 4 Denials, because that card is just awesome. And also kind of what makes this deck strong. But what's the real, like, what makes this deck better than, or not better, but what's the difference between this deck and other Greasefang decks? I think it's just the consistency of finding the pieces, and I think the Gaze is actually one of the best cards here, because it goes very deep. Surveilling 3, you can really decide what you want to put in the graveyard, what you want to draw into. It protects your hand even from thought seizes and stuff, because you can put things that you want to draw, like keep them on top. So yeah, that's really the digging engine. And I think whenever you have Gaze, you should probably cast Gaze over Prankster or some other stuff. I'm surprised how often the Prankster whiffed in this run. I think I only got 1 Prankster which hit another Prankster, and all the other ones I cast just didn't find anything, so that was kind of problematic here, I would say. But so yeah, the Gaze is definitely the MVP. Gaze first before anything else is probably what I would take from today's run. But yeah, not much really else to say, at least not at the top of my head. That's all I can think of right now, and it's enough. So I will call it a day, and thank you for watching. Have fun, see you in the arena, and peace.